Welcome to Sravz Technical Series. In today's session, we'll discuss the current versus max price analysis we were doing in the last two sessions. In today's session, I'll show how I created this Parquet file with these values. So the benefit of this Parquet file is we can find the drop in the stock price from the maximum percentage over maximum. So for example, this stock has dropped minus 25% from the max, and it is this percentage above min. Positive means above, negative means drop, and the max was this price. So this way we can find out the stocks which have fallen a lot from the max price, so that we can know if they are a good buy opportunity. So I have around 5,000 tickers in this Parquet file. So this is Sravz ID. So I have around 5,000 tickers. This is a whole of NASDAQ composite and other indexes. I'll show the code how I generated this. So using this data frame or this Parquet file, we can do further analysis. We can find out the biggest losers and see if they're at a buy point, and we can buy them. So that's the Parquet file which I hosted in the documentation page, and this is the source code to generate the Parquet file. So I have gone through this session in the past. I've gone through how I created this DAG, Airflow DAG, to generate the data in one of the Airflow sessions, which is here in the Airflow ticker stats generator. So I went in details on how I generate the Parquet file using Airflow Dask. Now I removed Dask, so it's just Airflow, and this is the Airflow DAG, and these are the tasks. So in today's session, I'll just show what are the changes I've made on top of this source code, the source code which generated the data here. So in the stats file, to generate the stats, we get the historical stock prices for a ticker, then do describe on the data frame. Summary stats will be with pandas describe, we'll get mean, max, min, etc. Then we pick the last row in the data frame and then take the adjusted close of the last row in the data frame. Since the price is sorted in descending order, the last row would have the latest row. So take the latest price, and then we do these calculations to get the percentage over max, min, mean. Calculate those, we add them to the data frame, and then we upload this to Contabo. So we do this per ticker. Once we have all the tickers generated, around 5,000, we'll combine all those 5,000 tickers into a single data frame, and then using AWS Wrangler, we write it to S3, and then we also upload the file to Contabo, and that's how we'll write the file to both AWS S3 and Contabo. And once the Parquet file is pushed to Contabo, I'm displaying here in the demo in the documentation page, but in the next session I'm going to use this data frame. In the next session I'm going to use this Parquet file and continue with our C++ DuckDB sessions we were going through. Now this data frame is integrated into C++, and now I can query the Parquet file using C++ Boost.Beast REST API server. So for example, I'm querying it here, and this is the Parquet file, and this is the data we get from the Parquet file. The same Parquet file I used to query data in DB Beaver. So for example, if I run the query here for these stocks, the Parquet file is queried, and then we get the data for these stocks. For example, NVIDIA. By May 28th, NVIDIA is percentage over max is still 10% down, and percentage over min, it's a lot. So these are very high percentages. So that's how we created the Parquet file. Parquet file is good. In the C++ sessions, which will be the next session, I'll use this Parquet file, show how I integrated this into the Boost.Beast REST API server. So with that, I'll close today's session. If you have any questions or comments, please reach me out in the YouTube channel or in the discussion tab here. Thank you for watching.